Children, I am Priyanka Goyal, your English teacher. Today we will continue the sixth chapter, My Sister's Sister, part 2 of class 7. Just recall the story till now. This story is about narrator's sister. She is coming back from her job. When she reached at home, her mother asked about the journey, so she told that there were dacoits in the train, and because of an old lady, Baro Didi, she was the only lady who alone drove away the dacoits. After hearing this, all were very surprised कि how an old lady can drive away all dacoits together. Now she is telling about the everybody was curious to know about the Baro Didi. Now the sister Chotan Didi is telling about the Baro Didi whom she met in the journey in the train. Okay, we will continue after that. My sister-in-law exclaimed, "Good heaven, you do not mean to tell me that men folk also travel in the ladies' compartment?" "Of course they do," said my sister. Narrator is saying that my sister-in-law asked, "Did men were there in ladies' compartment?" Then sister said, "Yes, of course. They were also traveling in the ladies' compartment. I suppose you have not traveled by train for ages. That's why you know nothing about the things that happen these days. No one cares a hang about rules and such things. I remember telling a ticket checker once, there is a regular mob in this compartment. Can't you make them move elsewhere?" The ticket checker merely shrugged and said, "No, I can't. Although I know for certain that many of them are traveling without tickets." So there were some male passenger in the ladies compartment. The sister complained about this to ticket checker, but he did care nothing, and he said although he knew that some of male passengers were traveling without ticket, then also he did do nothing. Well, then Baro Didi said, "Let them remain during the day if they want to. I will make them get down once it is dark." I was quite surprised at her words and said, "But Baro Didi, are they going to listen to you?" Baro Didi said, "Of course they will listen if I tell them properly. A lot of men are given to snoring. I cannot sleep at all when there is a snorer around. That is why I don't travel by the general compartment and always go in for the ladies compartment." The Baro Didi is saying that when it is dark, I will tell them to go. And she also told that she does not like snoring sound of people. That's why she always travel in a ladies compartment. Well, it soon grew dark. Baro Didi got up from her place and said in a real commanding voice, "Look here, boys. You would better get down now and find a place somewhere else. I have allowed you to remain here long enough." She spoke as if the entire train were her personal property, and it was she who decided who should sit there where. But strangely enough, most of the menfolk left out compartment quite meekly, without any argument whatsoever. Two of them were Bengali boys and quite expected them to argue about her sudden order, but they didn't and got down silently. Okay, when it grew dark, the Baro Didi said in a commanding voice that leave this compartment. Nobody argued and all male folk, they just left from the compartment, ladies compartment. Why did three dacoits not attack the women when Baro Didi ordered them out the first time? Let's find out. All men folk, all the male passenger got down the ladies compartment, but only three men remained there. They sounded extremely apologetic as they told Baro Didi, please let us stay a little longer. We have to get down after 2 more stations, and there is not an inch of room anywhere else in the train. So 3 men remained in the ladies compartment and they requested to the Baro Didi to remain in the ladies compartment because they requested that after 2 stations they will leave the train. Till then they requested Baro Didi to allow to sit in the ladies compartment. Baro Didi said, are you quite sure? They said, of course we are. We passed the next station. Baro Didi spread out her own bedding, keeping her pretty little woven cane jewelry box beside her pillow. Then she told me, please keep an eye on my things while I go and wash my hands. We passed the second station before Baro Didi was back from the toilet. She returned and sat down in her place. Then she said in a stern voice, hey you, what do you mean by remaining here? Why didn't you get down now? The 3 men stood up. Were they the dacoits then? My sister-in-law exclaimed. Between the story, the sister-in-law exclaimed, were they the dacoits then? Kuku Didi said, Bodhi, please don't interrupt. Let Chotan tell her story. My sister said, yes, indeed, they were the dacoits. They stood up and said, we do not get down at stations. We are used to jumping down from moving trains. But before we do that, hand over whatever valuable you have, all of you. The 3 dacoits pointed their pistol and dagger at us. All the girls started crying and screaming. My own heart was thudding. Then I glanced at Baro Didi. She merely looked at the 3 men angrily. Baro Didi turned to me and said, sit still. There is nothing to be afraid of. Then they whispered something in my ears. The other girls handed over all their jewelry and cash. One of the ladies refused to give her necklace. The bearded dacoit just tore it off her neck. Then they came forward us. The one who was obviously the chief said to Baro Didi, look here, grandma, better hand over all you have. Baro Didi said, oh well, Granny, then grandma or granny, whatever you like to be called, let me have all your jewelry and fast. Baro Didi turned to me and said in a disgusted voice, how boorish and ill-mannered the present day dacoits are. Fancy pointing a dagger at a lady. Now in the olden days even the dacoits used to be cultured and soft-spoken. We have had dacoits breaking into our house so often, but no one ever tried to scare off women. I remember how once Raghu dacoit's son Madhu had broken into our house. What a nice boy he was. He stood before me with folded hands, saying, Mother dear. The three dacoits interrupted her and said, For goodness sake, cut it out. We have no time to listen to your yarns. Show us where your things are. Baradidi said, Oh well, if you are in such a hurry, wait. Do not dare touch any of us. All my jewelry is in this cane basket. I will give it to you just now. So children, this was the section 2. The next story I will tell you in my next session. Till then, bye bye. Have a nice day. Take care.